What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Mack again, back again with another video. And today I gotta address the situation, right? So overall, we gotta talk about Attack on Titan. And we gotta talk about this ending. Now, me personally, I think the ending was great. I think it was a fantastic ending. There's only two things that bothered me. One was like a personal issue, and the other one was more of like a story issue. So the story issue was that I wanted to know how much influence Ymir had on Aaron's decisions throughout the entirety of, him connecting with Historia, getting into the path and things like that. But the other glaring issue that I had on a personal level was that Aaron's sacrifice was still in vain. Literally. The man gave his life and nothing changed. And that's adding the fact that 80% of humanity was eliminated in the rumbling. So it's like, you go through all this, you make a grandiose fight, you start the rumbling, so you make your people the saviors, and they still don't trust your people, bro. And I seen people in the comments on Twitter, look, I seen people in the comments on Twitter talking about, oh, he's a mass murderer, he committing genocide. It's like, I'm listening to, not listening, but I'm reading these comments and I'm like, y'all sound like y'all ain't never had no struggle. Y'all ain't never been through no real oppression. Like, you got to understand the entire world, not just Marlians, the entire world hates Eldians just because of who they are. We talking about there's plenty of Eldians who don't even know the outside world exists. Like, let that sink in. They do not know about the outside world. All they know is life within these walls. Literally. It's people who spend their entire life in the walls. So what you got to understand is there are people who are ignorant to the world. We talking about Aaron and Armin's dream was to see the sea, bro. Something as simple as the sea. You ain't never seen it in person. You ain't never been outside these walls. But guess what? Everyone else outside these walls hates you just because of who you are. And then, not only that, it's people like defending the Marlians and shit. I'm like, yo, y'all really losing y'all mind. The Marlians have Eldians enslaved and are using them for the ability in which they hate. You're literally using what you hate as a weapon against the people to destroy the people. Like, what? Don't even make no sense. So this thing, it doesn't make sense because it's people that is defending the Marlians. Like, seriously. Oh, they shouldn't do that, blah, blah. It's like, okay, from the story's perspective, all of this started because they were trying to reclaim the founding Titan that Grisha stole, right? So you're trying to reclaim the founding Titan. You break one of the walls. Several events happen. The main character mother gets eaten. And then it just sets a chain reaction because people say like it's a cycle of hate and stuff like that. Okay, I get that point. But guess what? When you take it back, way back, to where it started, everyone was at conflict. There was no, the Marlians was at peace, the Eldians got a Titan power, and then all of a sudden they just decided to go in and take over. No, everyone was at conflict already. One country just got the upper hand. Now, another thing I gotta address is with King Fritz. Some people don't like King Fritz. I'm like, King Fritz made the right decision. His only fault was that he forgot some Eldians behind. That's his only fault. Because if all the Eldians would have made it inside the walls, the Marlians would have never had the Armor Titan. They would have never had the Colossal Titan. They would have never had the Jaw Titan. They would have never had the Beast Titan. They would have never had no Titans. The only reason why that happened is because some Eldians got left behind. And the Eldians that got left behind are treated like slaves, second-class citizens. Sounds like somebody would be familiar with being treated like that. It's essentially African Americans. So it's easier for me to resonate with situations like that that other people might not pay attention to because it's blatant. Like, they got y'all in internment camps, like how the Jewish was during Hitler period. Like, that's an issue in itself. But it's still people that will defend, oh, come on, man. You can't make, the thing is, you can't make it up. But even with all that being said, the ending was a great ending. Then you have people saying, why didn't Eren do this and that? He had the ability to see all of these things. He could have went back and changed it. Remember, he said he was controlling blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. It clearly says in the last chapter that all of the timelines that he sees in the path happen at the same time. So he don't know which decisions to make to save Mikasa. Now, hot take. I said like 2 weeks ago that Attack on Titan is a love story and Ymir is narrating it. And I mean, some of that hold true. Eren cared about Mikasa the whole time. He distanced himself because he already knew. It's like, you wouldn't want to burden someone with the fact that you're going to die in a certain amount of time. Like, it's already solidified. Your father set you up from the jump. You're going to die because of the Titan power. So what's the more selfless thing? You wouldn't want to be with that person for all the time that you have and then you leave them burdened, because you're going to create a whole bunch of memories with this person, with Mikasa. You're going to create a whole bunch of memories with her. They might have some kids and you're going to leave all of that behind. All of it gets left behind because you know you can go. So he would rather distance himself, get himself away from her. Like, look, I don't want you to have to deal with that burden. But even in the last panel, you see, he don't want her to be with nobody else. He wanted to be with her. He wanted to spend time with her, but unfortunately he couldn't. But that was a decision that he didn't get to make. And then it's people who be grandstanding for Zeke. I don't get it. The man turned his back on his father and his mother just because the man was playing catch with him. Catch. That's all it took. All it took was some playtime. Your father putting the importance of the weight of your race, like your people. You have the ability to change what's going on for your people. But because this man was playing catch with you, you threw that all away. That's crazy. Mom get turned into a Titan. Luckily, your father get away. But really, catch? That's all it took. But look, I don't even want to drag it on. The ending was great. Anybody who don't think the ending was great and they want to complain about it, hey, look, I feel sorry for you. You can have a difference of opinion, and I give you that. But I ain't gonna agree with you. The entire culmination of what it is, minus maybe some little things that I would nitpick, like I said, my only issue was that he died in vain. Because even with 80% of the population gone, it's still people that don't trust him. They was ready to fire on them right after everybody got changed back from Titans. He's on, so, well, how we know you ain't gonna turn into a Titan again? It's like, bro, you ain't just see what happened with everybody? You ain't just see us blow dude head off? That don't count for nothing. And the thing is, those are the same people in the chapter before praying like, oh my God, and I wish we had, we could have did things different. And it's funny how that changed. Like when people back against the wall and they know it's over for them, they want to beg for like a change or for forgiveness or something like that. And then as soon as they get it, they go right back. What historians say? Maybe Eren was right. And that's all I would say. I've been saying that for weeks. Like, he is not wrong. The whole rumbling thing is not wrong. You got to understand. In this situation, it's kill or be killed. People trying to put morals into the situation. There's literally people on Twitter talking about morals in Attack on Titan. Morals? You're defending a country that's enslaving Eldians and using their abilities for their own gain. But you want to talk about Eren having morals when the whole world wants to completely eradicate your kind, but you want to talk about morals. People talking about, oh, it's genocide. He performing genocide. Well, the world wants to perform genocide on Eldians. So now what? Where does that leave us? You either want you and all of your family, your loved ones, everybody wiped out, or you're going to do the opposite. Because they're not going to take bits and pieces. We see that already. They're not going to take bits and pieces. You think, oh, we just trying to live in peace. You got to understand, they've been living in peace the whole time. They don't even know about the world. Yet the world still hate them. Imagine that. Imagine living on an island completely isolated from everyone else and the world still thinks you're a problem. And there's people who literally don't even know you exist. They think they're the only people. That's crazy, right? I'll never understand the logic that some people have when it comes to trying to rationalize situations to fit their own narrative, instead of just looking at it for what it is. Attack on Titan was a great ending. I rest my case. I appreciate y'all for watching this video, and I will catch you in the next one. Should be Kaiju No. 8 on Thursday. All right, see y'all in the next video.